Hello everybody, welcome back. It is the Winning KR Gamer, and today we are back to give you a breakdown on everything new in the Brawl Pass that they talked about in the Brawl Talk. I'm not going to actually have clips from the Brawl Talk because I don't know if I'm going to get copyrighted or not, so I'm just going to have some of my games in the background. But yeah, today we will be covering everything new, new skins, new game modes, new brawlers, cosmetics, and stuff like that. So starting off, we have the new brawler. We have Angelo. He is a sharpshooter, kind of a mid to long range. He shoots a singular shot arrow, and the longer you hold his attack, the more damage it deals, kind of like Janet's, except it doesn't change anything except the damage. And he is the second member in Willow's trio, the Swamp, and he super. It spawns kind of like part of the swamp that heals him, increases damage while he's inside, or deals damage to enemies if they enter it. He can also walk over water, or other stuff like Eve, kind of. And then we have Melody, the other brawler. She is a K-pop singer who shoots her attack, kind of also a mid to long range brawler, and every time it hits an enemy, she gets a music note around her, up to 3 it stacks, and that is like Amber's gadget basically. It just goes around her, and it can pierce through enemies. They do decrease over time, they kind of just disappear over time. But I feel like this would be really overpowered in game modes like Brawl Ball, where you can just dash up to them with her super. Her super actually gives you 3 dashes, kind of like Fang, except it doesn't deal damage and it's a shorter dash. But yeah, you dash up to them and you have those 3 musical notes around you, and I feel like that's going to be really promising. And next up we have the hypercharges, really promising for me actually. We have Cordelius's hypercharge that basically just slows the enemy down whenever they're inside of the Shadow Realm, which I think is going to be very useful because Cordelius gets extra speed and they get slowed down. So I think this will be useful in countering hypercharges like Edgar's, which is a really big problem for Cordelius. And then we have Buzz's hypercharge, which I guess it just instantly reloads his super while the hypercharge is active, or it just makes it easier to get. They didn't really clarify on that much, but I guess we'll see in game. Then we have Belle's hypercharge, which basically homes in on the enemies, kind of like Piper's gadget for her super, which I think will be very useful because I find it a problem that I miss Belle's super a lot. So I feel like that will be really good. Sprout's hypercharge, I think everybody was let down here. I think everybody was expecting Sprout's hypercharge to be like unbreakable walls. Of course, they deteriorate over time, but they're like unbreakable walls. But they actually made it so that if you're close enough to the walls, they deal damage to you, which I think is interesting, but I get it. It's like thorns, I feel like that's a pretty interesting concept. And last but not least, we have BB, which if you watched Ray's video, I'm not exactly sure who, but he had like a bunch of hypercharge concept ideas. And BB's hypercharge was one of them, that the bubble would split upon hitting people, and it actually does that. It splits into 2 bubbles when hitting people, which I think you could do a lot with, especially in Brawl Ball, on those choke point maps. You just spam the bubble and it just absolutely obliterates them. The next season that is coming in March is called Sands of Time, and I'm really excited for this season. It looks super promising, especially the cosmetics that we have been shown. Starting off, we have the Shelly skin. It's kind of a Arabian princess Shelly who is in the battle pass, and she has 3 skin variations. Then we have a kind of Sultan Dynamite, who it's kind of self-explanatory. He throws gems and treasure chests, and I feel like that's a pretty well-made skin. Then we have my personal probably favorite because I like Edgar. It's Thief Edgar. It's kind of like the Quick Draw Edgar, the skin I'm using right here, except in a more Arabian version. His scarves are more, Sultan-like, and I feel like that's a really cool skin. Then we have a Surge skin. I'm pretty sure it's called like Surgini or something like that. Brawl Basher is gonna find that really promising, and it does look like a really cool concept. But then we have the legendary skin of Scorpion Rider Chuck, which basically is he just rides a scorpion and looks like an Arabian Sultan type person. This is a really cool skin. If I had gems, I would certainly buy the skin but unfortunately I do not. I definitely recommend you guys should buy it though. And they have already given us the next season's theme. It's kind of a Ragnarok with some amazing skins. I'm also super excited for these. We have the Battle Pass skin, which is Fenrir Buzz. A really cool concept idea. He does also have 2 skin variations. Then we will have a kind of Frost Viking Jesse skin, which I'm really excited for. We're gonna have a really cool looking Viking Chester skin. I'm really excited for this one. Also, a Cordelia skin that looks very cool. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like a mage type person. And then the new brawler, the new K-pop brawler, is also getting a skin. I can't really explain that one. It doesn't look that good. And then we have Thor BB, which actually just looks like Thor, but BB. We will also be getting 2 new mecha skins, Mecha Leon, which is kind of interesting. I don't think anybody was really expecting Leon to get a mecha skin. And the Supercell make skin Mecha Colt. That one honestly looks kind of clean. I like it, and yeah. And also, as they said, more, quote, random skins. We'll be getting a baseball-looking Fang skin with another variation. A yellow Squeak, basically. A baby shark, El Primo. And of course, the skin everybody's gonna buy right when it comes out, Poop Spike. It's just Spike, but brown. It's honestly a really goofy skin, and it's kind of cool that they added that. And also, I'm pretty sure they teased Basketball coming in when they were showing the Shark El Primo skin, because one of them said, wait, is that what I think it is? So I think Basketball was the voted map mode to come back. So yeah, I'm really glad because I like Basketball. It adds an interesting twist to the game. But then we have a new solo showdown type mode. It's kind of like Showdown Plus, except, yeah, basically you kill enemies and they drop the trophies that they have from other kills or from collecting them on the map. And so the more trophies you have, of course, the more trophies you will get at the end of the game. I feel like this is a very interesting concept that could either go really well or really bad. But midway through the game, when about half the people have eliminated, portals open that you can activate, kind of, you know, like teleporters. But they take a little while to charge up. And when you go through these portals, basically, you end the game. You just kind of, you know, ask to end the game with however many trophies you have stocked up. So, you know, if you don't want to lose those trophies, then you can just go through and take those trophies. Let's say you got a couple kills and you got, oh, 6 trophies. Great, I'll take that and I'll exit the game before I lose them. Which is a really cool idea. I feel like it definitely tries at least to take away the teaming aspect a little bit. And next, probably the most anticipated part of the update, Power League is now gone and removed and replaced with a new mode called Ranked. Not much has changed, but there are a couple of major changes. For example, from beginning to gold, there will be only best of 1 round, and there will be no bans on brawlers. And from diamond to masters, it will be the same format of still banning and still best of 3. But now they removed the solo queue, so in solo Power League, you can now play with your teammates, so that you don't have any bad randoms, which is kind of cool. I really like that. I don't know how good that is going to be, because then that basically removes the entire aspect of solos, and I feel like it's going to be a lot easier that way, but we will see. Also, you can only choose brawlers with power level 9 or above, which removes the aspect of randoms kind of throwing, you know, by picking power 1s or people trolling like that. Also, they changed it so that the Power League ranked, I should say, season, it's only a month long. Also, another, I don't know how big it's going to be of a change, but they added modifiers. It's not going to be the same modifiers that you know and maybe love in Megapig, but it will be some different ones that impact both teams, so that it's not going to be an unfair advantage to one team just because they have more power cubes, like in the Megapig mode. The modifiers we have are quick fire, which basically you reload an ammo every time you hit somebody, which I feel like could be really, really powerful. And we will also have I think it's called like Big Hand, Big Friend, or something like that. Basically, every brawler on your team is at the same amount of health as the highest health brawler that somebody selected on your team. So you all have the same health, basically. And also a remote detonation, I think it's called, something like that, where the map just slowly removes walls and bushes over time. There will also be a modifier where it's kind of like Byron's hits. Every time you hit somebody, it does a little bit of extra ticks of damage. Of course, not as much, very, very little, but we'll see how that goes. And another mode where there are basically no negative effects like poison or slowing or stuns, with brawlers like Byron and Frank and, Bulls, Gadget, all of those won't work. Let me know in the comments what you think of this new mode. Now, the rewards, of course, in Power League needed some big changes because they were terrible. 125 bling for going all the way to Masters. Well, at least for like every tier. But you get to Masters and you get 125 bling. That's terrible. Now, instead, there will be star drops called ranked star drops, which can basically give you only cosmetics and any cosmetic from previous seasons before. If you already have all the cosmetics from seasons before, you will just get bling. They didn't specify how much, so we will just see. There's also a new cosmetic feature on the, what I call battle cards. When you enter the game, it shows everybody's brawler, the mastery they have, their profile pictures, and stuff like that. So there will be a thing for ranked on that. It's basically just going to show the absolutely fire new icons that ranked has on your battle card, and for every time you get that rank in another season, it will upgrade, kind of. I don't know how long that's gonna last and how many updates you're gonna be able to get. There's only so many until your entire card gets filled up, but yeah, it's kind of exciting to see. I'm going for Masters next season. Maybe, actually, since now we can play with teams. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna go for Masters next season. But they are also fixing the report button because randoms are terrible. When you just had somebody trolling the entire game by feeding or just not playing at all. And there will be 3 reasons for reporting. I'm pretty sure it is bad randoms, griefing or throwing, and something else. But you will now have a reputation in Power League from green to red, green being you're good. And if you get all the way to red, you will be suspended from Power League. And how they said you can get back... I should stop calling it Power League. How they said you can get back is just by being a good player, which I don't know what that means, but we'll just have to see. The 3rd reason is actually cheating. I should have probably guessed that, but you can only do 10 reports a day to make sure there's not just players just randomly spamming reports on people who don't deserve it, just because they lost. And there were a bunch of other things that they also mentioned at the end of the Brawl Talk that weren't really speculated on, so I'm going to try to explain them as best as I can to you right now. So first of all, there is going to be a giveaway for Thief Edgar, which I'm going to enter everyone that I can because I am going to get that skin. And next, there are going to be ranked quests, basically, win some battles and stuff, and you get XP. And then there are going to be other ranked modifiers that they added in Megapig, and some changes with the fame that I feel like they really advertised but never actually explained, where basically the tiers of fame 1, 2, and 3, on every, lunar, solar, Saturnian, all that kind of stuff. It's basically going to add a background to your profile and player icons and pins for that. So I feel like that's something that they really didn't mention. They said a couple of other just polished detail type things. They added true gold and true silver skins back. The championship challenge is back. And they said there is going to be some balance changes, but didn't actually specify. I'm guessing they're going to get to that once we are closer to the seasons. But there was a Fang crying pin on the in the video, so I'm guessing they are probably going to be nerfing Fang, and I feel like he kind of needs a nerf. Yeah, he's a little bit overpowered. And also, there's gonna be a thumbs up and thumbs down button in games, saying if you had fun or not, which is kind of like, you know, in Map Maker, if you like the map or not. I don't know where they're gonna go with that. But yeah, that's basically all we have for this Brawl Pass. If you guys have any questions, put them in the comments down below. If you made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe. Hope you have a wonderful day. Stay safe, have fun, and I'll see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed the update.